Good to see you, Kanekotine. Or should I say Samidare? There's only one way to be sure. I need you to tell me something only you and I would know. When I used the cocoon to take on Itoka's form, what creature did I hunt? It's really you. Phew, that's a relief. Indeed, I never told you that my arrow struck a great, wild boar, a prize for any hunter. Samidare is the only one who ever saw it. Sorry for doubting you, but I could think of no better way to expose him if he'd attempted to impersonate you again. I have to remain vigilant, after all, even though no news of his plots has reached me as of late. From here to Yaxia, people are on alert for a many-faced agitator within their midst, and not even a stray cat is beyond scrutiny. While Samidare can no longer act so brazenly, I'm afraid this means his trail's gone cold. We also have another problem. When he pushed me into the Ruby Sea, the remedy I carried was soaked in salt water. I'm afraid it's no longer effective. No doubt his plan from the start was to eliminate the one means we had of undoing the cocoon's mimicry. We're at a disadvantage too great to ignore. Which is why I intend to synthesize a new batch. I was just about to go procure the necessary ingredients from the supplier when you arrived. Why don't you join me?
Come inside, traveler. We've dancers of all shapes and sizes.
I've never heard of such materials. Where are they found?
Deep in the forests of Dawntrail, a land beyond the Great Sea, and far, far to the west of here.
Dawntrail? I'm afraid my supply chain does not extend quite that far.
I feared as much. It doesn't help that the materials can only be harvested when the season is right. Even were I to return home now, I doubt I could find what we need. We've no choice but to give up on the remedy. I'm sorry. Now we're at the mercy of Samidare's cunning.
Hello there. Tell me, have you any salves that might ease my aching back?
Sir, this isn't the apothecary. Where are your spectacles?
Oh yes, how could I forget? Much better. Sometimes I forget that I'm as blind as a bat without these. Forgive me, Shirokashi.
Excuse me, but do those bits of glass covering your eyes help you see better?
Well, yes. Are you unfamiliar with spectacles?
I've seen folk wearing them before, but I always thought they were decorative, like my choker. Tell me, where can I procure a pair of my own?
Yamabuki is your man. He has a breadth of artisan contacts who'll ensure you receive a pair fine-tuned to your specifications. You'll find his shop on this very street.
I'll look for him, thank you. I'm sorry, you must be completely bewildered. I thought a failure of a hunter like me would never be able to aid you in battle, but I've just come to realize there's hope yet. But let's not crowd this stall any longer. Care to join me over there? Ever since I was a child, I've had trouble seeing things from afar. That's why my aim with the bow is so poor. I'm not fit to be a hunter. Never was. It's only natural that chores like washing sheets and preparing meals fell to me. But I always yearned to do more. To be more. I've looked up to Itoka ever since I can remember. No matter how hard I tried, I simply couldn't give up on my dream. I had to be just like her. So I begged her to teach me everything she knew. From the basics of drawing a bow to precise aiming techniques that few hunters use. Yet despite all her efforts, my sight failed me where it counted most. All my life, I thought this was simply how nature intended for me to be. I was content to accept my lot. But now that I know spectacles may improve my eyesight, I feel hope. If I could just try them, mayhap my arrows would fire true. I could join you in battle, and maybe even strike down Samidare with my own arrow. We may have lost the remedy, but this would give us an element of surprise. So I have to try on spectacles for myself. All right. Let's go meet this Yamabuki. I wonder what procuring a pair of spectacles entails.
A pair of spectacles, is it? I can certainly get your order in the pipeline, but I'm afraid there'll be a wait. I'm fresh out of supplies, you see, and the next shipment isn't due for a number of weeks. Of course, if you're in a rush, you could roll up your sleeves and get the materials yourselves. All you need is the glossy shell of an azure hawksbill and a cluster of orulent quartz. Bring them here and my affiliates can begin work immediately.
Who knows what schemes Samidare might contrive should we let down our chase for weeks. Would you be willing to lend me a hand with procuring the materials? If we split up, we should be able to gather them in the blink of an eye.
Quite the eager pair, I see. In that case I dare say you'll be able to negotiate with the blue Kugane for a carapace of splendid quality.
I visited Tamamitsu during my investigations in the Ruby Sea. I'll handle the shell.
That leaves you with the orulent quartz. Pray look for a cavern near Shoal Rock in the Ruby Sea. Sprinkle some glittering gravel to lure a shoal Iwemushi from its lair within, and retrieve a cluster from its shell.
Let's meet back here when we're finished.
Remember, you will find the creature hiding in its lair within a cavern near Shoal Rock. You must sprinkle glittering gravel to draw it out, and then vanquish it to procure the Orulent Quartz. You're the first to return. I trust you have the quartz in hand. Excellent, this will make for a fine pair of lenses. Now we need only wait for your friend.
I am back. Sorry, didn't mean to alarm you like that. I spoke with the Kugane of the Blue as planned, but soon learned that hawksbill shells have been sparse of late. They were reluctant to part with a single one. I was able to wear them down, though, until they proposed an exchange. If I dealt with the red Kugane who'd invaded their fishing grounds, they'd spare a shell. I knew my bow would be useless, so I took a leaf out of Miqote's book and fought him up close and personal. As you can see, I took quite the beating. But so did they. I may be a little worse for wear, but the trouble was worth it. I have the shell as promised, and with it, your associates can get started.
Indeed they can. Let us first measure your eyesight, and then they can get to work.
This is incredible. Everything is so vivid. Why, I'm sure I could hit a bird over the horizon. Come, Kaneko time, I want to fire some test shots at the sign over there.
Hold on. That seems like a fine way to earn the ire of the Sakizgumi. I'll prepare some targets for you, so let's move somewhere less crowded.
Of course. Thank you for going to the trouble. I did it. I really did it. After all these years, my aim is true. When we find Samidare, he won't know what hit him. I don't know if I can properly describe this feeling to you. After so long, I don't feel like someone pretending to be a hunter. Finally, I don't feel like a burden. As soon as I catch even a whiff of Samidare's trail, we stop him for good. When that moment arrives, please lend me your strength for one last time. Together, we'll retrieve the cocoon, and return it to my village.